the doggo.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky, wonderful world of ours, welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene takes place in an abandoned parking lot just outside the city centre. You can hear the pattering of rain outside as your breath rises above you in fog. You've been to nicer places, but by God, you wanted ice cream, and the kid was like, "We'll go get ice cream, but I gotta stop at a place." Takes you to the nicest places. It helps you have ice cream, however.
Ordained. Yes.
Yeah, it's just he's got that token that the Monkey King gave him. He's just kind of like spinning it around his hand.
It's pretty large, actually. It appears to be a gold coin that fits comfortably in the palm of your hand.
He's kind of looking at it. I have no idea how this works. You know how this works, Manny?
She's just gonna say hello to the coin. Are you there? And she's like has no idea what the coin is for, so.
There is not just no answer, there is spectacularly no answer.
I have no clue how it works. Also, what is the coin for?
So was the Monkey King.
Oh, I remember him. She's gonna look at. I have ice cream. She'll say to the coin.
Still nothing.
Yeah, we'll look at it. She has ice cream to the coin.
Oddly enough, still nothing.
What if I break it?
I mean, you try.
Yeah, we'll try to break the coin over his knee.
Roll me a strength check.
Okay. This isn't even my final form applicable?
Yes, because it's nearly always applicable because it's fucking funny.
Standard diff.
Standard diff.
3 successes.
Dang it, I really hoped you failed it and looked like a pussy. The coin will snap. At which point you have snapped the coin.
Jen looks at the coin that is now snapped in half.
By the way, important question. By the way, Tiger, from your perspective, absolutely nothing happened. You're very disappointed in life. In what form has the ice cream taken? As in, what kind of ice cream is it? Is it like a pot of ice cream? Is it, how is it the ice cream is physically manifested?
She got like 4 different flavors because she couldn't decide, and they're in the tubs.
Okay. Your bag suddenly feels lighter.
She looks in it. Is it her favorite flavor that's gone?
I mean, what is your theory on Rocky Road as an entity?
I like it.
Then it is gone.
She's just looking around.
But
it worked.
What?
He took my Rocky Road.
You will see, with his legs crossed on a very old car that's already had its wheels stripped off, you will just see the Rocky Road kind of hovering in midair as the top pops off it.
Oh. Hey. Hello.
You will see a spoon materialize from nowhere, and it will proceed to scoop the Rocky Road to a point in midair before the Rocky Road will disappear from the spoon.
Sun Wukong, is that you?
Like, how many times do you get to say that in your lifetime?
You know, with how my life has been going, I anticipate I'll be saying it a lot more often fairly soon.
The Monkey King will indeed appear, sitting there in his armor and his robes, his regalia. The staff is kind of it's being held by his tail at the moment. So yes, and you will see him. He's eating Rocky Road ice cream.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, I'm not split into 2 halves anymore.
That's good. I'm glad.
I remember that.
I wish I could have helped more.
It's fine. You had to sell pretzels because you can break the 3rd wall.
Hyun just looks kind of confused and then shakes it. Alright, whatever. Cool.
Actually, I would say cold, but then again, I am eating delicious ice cream.
Fair. So you
On
know
a
how
side, on a side note, Miss Minnie, I'm going to give you a new celestial name.
Why?
You shall be Jang Chunche Hyun Shi, the bringer of delicious creamy goodness.
Okay, you're gonna have to write that down for me.
He snaps his fingers. Minnie, as you look down, at running from your wrist up your arm, you have a new tattoo, which is just a series of Asian calligraphy, which is a series of Asian kanji.
This is her first tattoo.
There you go.
Neat.
We're going to talk about what that tattoo was after the scene. So, Young Choi, Bok Choi, or whatever name you're going by today, what is it that you want from me?
So I've got a fight coming up, and like I'm alright in combat, but I'd kind of like to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Lord Saisho of the Akashiana?
Ah, the Ebon Dragon, he who sits in a very fancy chair.
Yeah, I'm fighting him.
Oh. Have you arranged your last will and testament?
I don't have much to give away, so no.
You're right. You can't give away our friendship.
Well, yeah, it's not a tangible concept.
I'd be more worried about certain other individuals in your city who've been sliming their way around, but yeah. No, needless to say, Saisho, it depends. Wait, hang on. Are you planning to kill the Ebon Dragon? That's an interesting statement.
No, so what happened was, and then Hyun explains the situation that led up to him challenging Saisho to a fight.
Oh, so
This is when I passed out. What happened to the pupusas?
yeah, what happened to the pupusas?
Put them in a little styrofoam container and put them in the fridge for you.
That's been like 3 weeks.
I left a note.
I was magically put to sleep, and I woke up at like 2 p.m. in a strange room.
Yeah, I left a note in your room. I figured you'd come like 2 and get them, but
It's alright, Minnie. Your pupusas are dead now.
Pupusas are so good, though.
They are.
But you can get some more.
I'll buy you some pupusas.
Okay. Wait, with what money you broke?
No, I'm looking for, you know.
On a side note, what are pupusas exactly?
What?
What are pupusas exactly?
They're like, they're kind of like, so it's kind of like a pie, but a bit more flat and filled with meat.
Huh.
Or beans or cheese or whatever. They're really good.
I have a recipe on my cooking page.
But that's interesting. So, on a side note, do you want a piece of trivia, young Bok Choi, Hyun Choi, or whatever name we're going by today?
Sure.
So, Saisho's a bit of an interesting character. You know that sword he has, the Fang of the Dragon at the Edge of the Void? I think that's what you people call it. I have a different name for it.
Sure, I've seen the sword. I didn't know he had named it, but go on.
He hasn't named it. It's what it's named. It was its name that was given when it was made. It's one of the very small collection of greater celestial treasures that the Akashiana still have. Well, that is after I reclaimed my staff from the individual who was protecting it for me. Now, currently, only 4 remain, including the sword. But, you know that if you beat Lord Saisho, you can demand the sword become yours. And he
do? What's the sword do?
The sword was created at the very end of what was called by your people the Himalayan War. Have you ever heard of it?
Nope.
So the Akashiana and entity and individuals who you people, I believe, refer to as the Athanatos, were having a rather interesting spat with one another at the time. But the problem was that you mages tend to keep coming back. So they'd kill one only for it to come back and then have to kill it again. Both sides were in this eternal struggle, this eternal contribe. Until the Akashiana created the sword of the dragon at the tooth of the dragon at the edge of the void. You want to know what it does? It shatters souls of anyone's it kill. It shatters the soul of anyone it kills.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yikes.
Along with the shattering of their essence. That little spark that makes you. And he twiddles his fingers.
Double yikes.
Yeah.
It was considered such a sin that they only. Well, how do I phrase this? It has never been used save in the direst of circumstances since. But there is the tradition that if he is beaten, the one who beats him in a combat sans magic, sans any other, well, he waves his fingers again, can demand the sword as their prize.
Don't you have a prize picked out already, though?
Well, no. 'Cause the agreement was that in exchange for him helping that girl, I would fight him. Not that I would beat him, just that I would fight him.
Fascinating. Hmm. Well, that's all I needed to tell you. He hops down from the car that he's sitting on. So, you want me to teach you how to what?
Fight with outlaws, I guess.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the thing in the world that makes you angriest.
Young things.
Is it when I accidentally left your ice cream out?
No. That was slightly annoying, but it didn't make me angry. It just made me disappointed.
Do you hold up the whole bag of ice cream?
Yes, I can smell it from here. Okay. Jem thinks. He thinks back to actually the thing. The out of character question. Does he remember the test he had to do during the test of the mind for the Monkey King's rescue?
Yes, you do.
That is it.
What, the test made you angry, or?
No, Cypher 9's command to him. Namely, the whole kill your wife thing.
I see. I can sense that. Alright. Now, draw on that anger. Bring it into your heart. Now strike me with all of that hatred and pain.
As soon as he says, strike me, Hyun will go to punch Dex Brawl, I'm assuming.
Are you alright if we do this narratively, or would you like to roll dice?
I'm okay with narratively.
Okay. Moving, you punch with incredible ferocity. The Monkey King basically moves ever so slightly to the side, and the punch just flies straight past him. Which, when he puts his foot out underneath you, his two fingers to the back of your head, he trips you forward.
That was so cool.
You basically do a face plant. I've got a question for you.
Sure.
Why did that happen?
I don't know.
Because when you are angry, when it is that you draw a negative emotion in order to engage, you become predictable. It will be all about a central attack, focusing all of your rage into the destruction of the opponent. It makes you vulnerable. Never attack from a place of anger.
Okay. So, what would you suggest then?
Focus on what it is that gives you strength, not what it is that makes you strong.
Ken just kind of tilts his head to the side.
It's love, you dumbass!
Is it? Is it love?
To some people, it is. Ultimately, when it is you fight, what is it that you are protecting?
That. Okay.
For example, he basically, you see a knife form in his hand as he brings it up, and he flicks it right at Minnie.
Ken will lunge forward and try to get in the way of the knife because he's got armor and she doesn't.
Okay. You will be able to quite nimbly catch the knife.
Rude!
Oh, if it helps, it was never actually going to hit you.
Yeah, that helped a little.
But you, in that moment, were willing to defend someone else. You were willing to put your life on the line because you knew that you had a better chance of taking this blow than they did. You came to this position from a point of nobility, or rather, a point of wishing to preserve something you valued.
You know, he kind of like has this like look of realization on his face. He nods and says, "Yeah, okay. I think I get it. I'm not fighting for me. I'm not fighting to get rid of like whatever anger's in my heart or to put the hurt on somebody. I'm fighting for others."
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but even when you're not, even when you must fight to save your own life, you're fighting because you will see them again, but their strength becomes your strength. There is a unity in that. No matter how far those you care for may be from you, when it is you must commit violence so it is that you can live, you're doing it so you can see them again, so it is that you can share more moments.
Okay. Good.
For example, when I had to fight off the servants of the 10,000 hells in order to protect heaven, I did so because I wanted to protect those in heaven. Not necessarily because I gave a damn about the fine architecture, the things, but I cared about some of the people, and so I fought. And I didn't let myself fall down.
Should I? I don't know. I don't know if you know Lord Special or not, but should I be assuming that he's coming at me to kill me?
Sideshow's a funny one. He doesn't really have love. He doesn't really have hate. Well, not the same way most ordinary people do. He's not. When you become that kind of master, he has mastered his mind to the point the only emotions he has are those that he wants. So assume that he will fight you in a cold and clinical manner, and he will fight to win.
Is that why he asked to take Darcy's love?
I'm sorry?
He
He said he was going to take Darcy's ability to love anything at all
Why?
if in exchange for us helping the girl.
Ah, an interesting one. I don't know why he'd want that.
I don't know. He gave us the option to try and divvy it up so it wouldn't all be on her. And we were going to do it, and then I remembered that I've apparently fought him in the past, and so I challenged him.
I have a question. Would you be interested in seeing when you fought him in the past, once before?
Yeah, actually, I think that might be at least somewhat helpful, and if not, possibly entertaining.
All right, then. Come on, kids. He holds up both of his hands. We're going on a field trip.
Yay! I'm just gonna buy more ice cream if you want the rest of this. She'll toss it towards the Monkey King.
He grabs it with his tail.
Isn't his tail holding a staff?
He put down the staff when he got up from the car.
Oh, okay, cool.
But what he does is he holds out his left hand and the staff flies into his hand from where it is. And he proceeds to bring it up over his head and he spins it around very, very quickly. And as he does so, the world around you seems to change, melt away, static all around. You see that you are standing somewhere else. You are standing in what looks to be, if you had to guess, maybe somewhere in China or Hong Kong. You don't think it's, or Singapore perhaps, you don't think it's Japan because it doesn't have the right kind of visual aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a large expanse of what looks to be very run-down, derelict houses. You see a number of individuals. For the record, you see Hyun, or Bok Choi, as he was at the time. He's dressed in a black suit, and he has black sunglasses on, despite the fact it's night. And he has a number of similarly clad individuals with him. About 3 in total, other than himself. And you see them basically, they're running through the streets, trying to, as they take corners left and right, down small back alleys, through doorways, under archways. They hear people cry at them in Chinese. As they run through things like tables that have games on them or people socializing outside. Until eventually you come to what looks to be a small shrine. You see a picture of a kneeling god holding up a hand in welcome. Do either of you have theology as a skill?
I don't.
I don't know. We shall discover that soon.
Let's learn this together. Nope.
All right.
I'm gonna assume my Wi-Fi connection is not functioning.
Where you are? No, God no. But basically, you will see a single figure standing in front of the shrine. And Hyun steps forward and he says, in a language that only Hyun can understand of the two of you, obviously, because I don't think Minnie speaks Korean. He will say, "We've been tasked with bringing you in, Reality Deviant. Surrender now, and we'll make this as painless as possible. Or resist. It's up to you." You see the figure turn from where he's standing, and you can see the fact that it is very obviously Lord Sideshow, though perhaps a younger man, maybe only in his mid-teens, or his late teens, early 20s. And you simply hear him chuckle very slightly. In a lightning flash, he draws the sword that's at his belt, and you see it open despite the fact he's about 15 feet away, it opens the throats of the 3 other technocratic agents in a spew of blood and viscera. And he says very calmly, "In that case, I shall resist." Hyun, younger Hyun, basically gets into a readiness stance, because he says, "Well then, I'm going to have to take you in one way or the other." There's a moment, then there's like a blink, and you see the fact that both of them have moved forward. And basically, Saisha stood with his sword kind of flicked up in the air, and you see the fact that you don't have claws coming out of your hand, but what you do have is you had a wrist-mounted blade that slid out. And there's a moment as both of you stand with your backs to one another, about 5 feet apart, but on opposite sides of where you were standing prior. Hyun, you explode. It basically blood mushrooms from a dozen different cuts all over your body. And you see Saisho, he kind of bulks, like his eyes go wide for a second, as you see that like, you've actually managed to cut him deeply into his side. But it's obvious that he was the victor of this very, very, very quick series of strikes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see the actual surprise in his face that you cut him. And as you lay there, you can see the fact that you're laying there choking on your own, basically choking on your own body fluids, at this point choking on your own blood. And he will turn, Saisha turns, holding his hand to his side as he flicks the blood from the sword, before he says, "Interesting. I wasn't expecting you to be worthy. But it seems you were. In that case, I'll grant you a warrior's death." He raises the sword, and he's just about to bring it down, before you see overhead a number of clearly technocratic agents open fire on him, and basically drive him back. And you will then flash back to the car park.
Whoa, itchy much?
I'm not that man anymore.
I mean, fair, but everybody has an emo face. Even I had an emo face.
That wasn't really emo. That was more of a preppy thing, based on the suit.
What's an email?
Hyun has speakers, right?
Yes.
He's going to Google the "I Must Be Emo" song, and then just start playing them from his speakers.
The Monkey King stands there for about 2 minutes of the song before he nods. He goes, "Oh, Pigsy."
It's a very useful trick I have.
Mm-hmm. So, it would seem as though you managed to wound a dragon once. That's impressive.
Yeah, like I know I had at some point. He showed me the scars, but he never told me the story. I don't think I don't know. Probably doesn't matter to him. Well, no, it matters. He gave me the sash.
The
He
sash?
clearly.
He gave me a sash when I kind of had my mind wiped thing. When he met me.
Is it like a magical sash?
Oh, I don't think so. I feel like Hyun's looked at it with Prime Sight. It hasn't shown up as any magicalness, has it?
No, it's just very, very fancy.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, it's just a regular sash. It looks nice. But I don't wear it around all the time. That'd be weird.
I had a question, she says, looking at the Monkey King.
Mm-hmm.
If your name was very widely publicized in books, would you be angry if I knew it?
No. But my name is very publicized in books.
Okay.
But then again, the thing with names is funny. To some entities, it gives power if they're said out loud. To others, it takes their power away. You guys ever see the movie Beetlejuice?
No.
Yep.
There you go. Howdy, character Tiger. Tell me you've seen Beetlejuice.
I have, but
Okay.
Kian has not.
My faith in you has been restored.
Movie night, right now. Come on. We're all gonna watch Beetlejuice.
I unfortunately am required elsewhere this evening, but needless to say, you have a lot of potential, young Choi, Bok Choi, whatever it is you're calling yourself today.
I think it's here.
Yeah, I kind of prefer Kian.
Very good. Fight for what it is you believe in, and even if you fail, you will not be defeated.
Fair enough.
I mean, come on, I'm Eastern. We have to speak in Eastern palindromes and pseudo-wisdom.
That wasn't a palindrome.
So, you'll do fine. I have faith in your abilities.
Yeah, I guess we'll figure out we'll see what happens.
If you die, I'm gonna be mad at you.
I'll be dead.
It matters to me.
If it helps, young Choi, that's not how you die.
I'm not gonna ask. I feel like I don't want to know.
No one should ever know when their own death is. It takes the spice out of life.
Yeah, fair enough.
He will offer you a tail fist bump.
Kian will give the tail a fist bump.
You will offer Minnie a tail fist bump.
Yes, you will return the fist bump.
And he will simply turn, and as he does so, he will vanish. Along with the rest of the ice cream.
I'm pretty sure it was halfway melted anyway. Let's go get more ice cream.
Alright.
And with that, dear viewers, we shall end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.